A week. We're done with week 2 of fantasy football. We have so many injuries. Joe Burrow with turf toe, Justin Fields having a concussion protocol, and Aaron Jones with a hamstring injury. This week didn't go as planned, but that's all good. We're going to break down everything that happened and prepare for week 3 of fantasy football. The loss in my first league, falling to 0-2. I made the mistake. I started Kyler Murray over Drake May. Kyler Murray ended the game. He had 17 completions of 25 attempts, 1 touchdown and an interception, 7 carries for 30 yards, with a whopping 14 points. And I had Drake May on my bench, who got, what did he have? 19 for 23 completions, 82% completion percentage, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 carries with a touchdown for a total 26 points. I should look at the matchup. They're going against Miami Dolphins. Miami's been struggling a lot this season on both ends of the floor. That's a mistake on my end. Then we had the Rams. The Rams, it was a great game. Puka Nacua had a great game like usual. Puka Nacua 8 catches for 90 yards. What was really surprising was he had a carry for 45 yards and a touchdown for 27 total points. Great game. Kyron Williams, on the other hand, though, they just couldn't seem to get the run game going. At one point, I thought Blake Corum looked like RB1. Kyron finished the game with 17 carries, 66 yards, only 3.9 yards per attempt, which isn't too bad. But like I said, the game was really out of hand by fourth quarter, so we didn't really get him opportunity to really blow up in that game. But 10 points, I need a little more than that from you. Then that Houston Texans game, like that 14 points that Nico Collins got us until the full story. He only had 3 catches, 52 yards. What really let me know that this is not my week was when he got tackled at the 1-yard line, and then they proceed to have a turnover on downs. He got targeted 2 more times after that tackle, both for incompletions, and it was turnover on downs, and he finished the game with 14.2 points when he should have had at minimum 20. It was things like that that was not in my favor. But what really was bad was the Broncos, who are the MVP of my losing effort this week. -5 points. Last week they had 16, and this week they put the Colts. Got -5 points, only had 1 sack. The Colts this season looking fantastic. Their offense is really legit. Indiana Jones at quarterback. He's dealing. I believe he's top 2 currently in passing yards. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to drop this defense. This is an abysmal performance. -5 points. I'm already losing. I can't afford to have negative points, so I'm likely gonna have to drop them. I believe the Bills defense is open, so I'm gonna put a waiver out for them. But that was abysmal. I should have dropped them earlier. And then Tucker Kraft, I didn't think he was going to have this great of a game. I should have put him in over Tyler Warren. A couple rookie mistakes that I made this week. We're going to clean up the roster, though. I'm assuming Kyron's going to get better. Nico's going to find his way. Lad McConkey, 9.8 points, 5 catches, only 5 targets. Keenan Allen's been balling, too. I really don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just have to ride the McConkey wave. I don't really have a replacement for him. I got Golden, only had 1 point. Stephon Diggs only had 7. I'm stuck with the McConkey wave, but outside of that, I'm going to tweak the defense. I'm going to figure out the wide receiver, but I might probably start Kraft next week. And yeah, let's try to get to 1-3. 2 in League 2. This is my cousin's league. Had my first loss of the season, falling to 1-1. I thought I was on the bench Tyreek Hill, but last minute I was like, but what if he has a good game? You know, it's Tyreek Hill. Maybe he might have a pop-off game. I was sadly mistaken. Tyreek Hill in week 2 finished with only 17 points. Wasn't a terrible game, but only 17 points, 6 catches, 100 yards. I was hoping for at least 20, and the reason why it wasn't that good of a performance in comparison, because I had Kenneth Walker on a bench, who got me 22 points. He had 13 carries for 100 yards, a touchdown. And then I also benched Ramondre Stevenson, who also had 22 points on 11 carries, 54 yards, but he had 5 catches for 88 yards. So he had about 130 yards total yards. So those couple points is key when you only lose by 6. So every point really did matter. But the real stinker for me, TJ Hawkinson. I don't know what's going on with the Vikings, man. JJ McCarthy does not look like he's it. Not at all. He is a rookie. It is only week 2, but he's just looked bad. He's looked really bad. I think they made a mistake with this one. They had something good going on last year. I think their quarterback finished off with 4,200 yards last year passing. I'm not liking JJ McCarthy right now. Hawkinson's probably going to have to go on the bench for me just because of that alone. And until McCarthy develops a little more, even though I don't think he will. Tucker Kraft's going to probably become my permanent starter in this league. But the real kicker was the 2 quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, I just don't understand watching this game. Like, I don't get how a quarterback can only have about 100 yards of offense and they still win. Against the Chiefs, he had 101 yards passing, 9 carries, had a rushing touchdown, and they won. Like, Josh Allen's one kind of makes sense. He was a victim of success. His team won 30-10, so they was running the ball. And James Cook had a phenomenal game. So this one kind of makes sense, him only getting 140 yards. He didn't really need to do much when they were already winning by a lot. But 22 points between 2 quarterbacks, it's a recipe for disaster. Even my opponent had Joe Burrow, who got injured, and I still couldn't top that. But this combo right here, 22 points, was a kicker for me. And then it was just all around like disappointments for me. Breece Hall only got 6.8 points off of 10 carries, 29 yards. Their quarterback got injured, but even then he wasn't playing all that well. The Buffalo Bills came to play. They bounced back from last week, defensively stepped up. So that was a bad game for him. I believe they would do better. Like I said, they're not going to always face the Bills defense. But Drake London in Atlanta, another team, he just suffered from success this week, which really, really does suck. That he only got 3 catches for 50 yards. But like I said, the team was rolling. The running back was going crazy this week, so they didn't really need the pass game all that much, which was very unfortunate for me. DJ Moore, my goodness. The Bears got ransacked by the Lions. He finished off with 5 catches for only 46 yards, 9 points. They lost by about 30. You would have thought that the passing game would have just flew open, but Caleb Williams was not ready today. He was not doing everything he needs to do for my team, at least. He needs to get DJ Moore the ball. And I had 60 points on the bench. Like, that's really what my downfall was. I had too many wrong picks. I had about 60 to 70 points on my bench between Ramondre Stevenson, Tucker Kraft, and Kenneth Walker. And that was a game for me. I lost by 6, and I had 60 points on the bench. You just can't do that in a league like this with all these bragging rights on the line. But rookie mistakes, will clean that up for sure. Look to bounce back next week. Make this thing 2-1. Week 3, the GBS Football League. Took another loss here. Right now, this is bad. I had so many losses this week. Lost by about 17 points to get into it. Again, Breece Hall, only 5.8 points. The New York Jets, that offense was not rolling today. The Buffalo Bills came to play. That defense was fantastic against the Bills. Justin Fields just looked overwhelmed this week. Couldn't really move the ball down the field, and which hampered the run game a lot. As you see, only 5.8 points, 10 carries, 29 yards, only 2.9 yards a carry. It's not much you can do when the passing game is not there at all. I wasted a Malik Neighbors game, had me 37 points, 9 catches for almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 37 points, but it just wasn't enough because I had players like Omarion Hampton. This is now 2 weeks in a row where I'm trying to test the process, and it's just not working. Only 8 carries, 24 yards. He's splitting carries with Najee Harris, who wasn't even good last year with the Steelers. and he's just not coming to play. I'm going to have to find someone else to start him until he can develop a little more. Quentin Johnson was a really good pickup for me. Got me 15 points. Patriot defense was another good pickup for me. Got me 12 points. They had 5 sacks against the Dolphins. Like I said, the Dolphins team is just, man, Tua's not looking all that good. Tua turned the ball over, whether he's throwing picks or he's getting sacked, I don't know. CTE might have hit him early. But I might have to look in the waiver wires to figure out who I want to pick up. I picked up A.O. Manor. I should have started him, but I wasn't 100% sure he was going to be good this week. He got 15 points. I should have started him. Chase McLaughlin. See, when you get too caught up in the fantasy, you're looking at your receivers, your running back, your quarterback, you forget that defense kickers are really, really important. I didn't look too much into Chase McLaughlin. He had me 1 point. Last week he only had me 5. I didn't realize that he played so average last week. I should have changed him out, but I wasn't paying attention. Got me 1 point, and this meant a lot. His kicker got 7 more points than me, and I lost by 17. Every spot matters, and I overlooked it again. So many rookie errors by me this week that could have been easily avoided. This Malik Neighbors game should not have been wasted. And this week, I'm going to make sure to really lock in, look at every single player, and have the best ones in, because I had too many rookie mistakes this year. I was a little too much in my head because I had a really good week 1. And week 2 is a good reminder of how fantasy works. So I need to lock in, look at matchups in week 3, bounce back, make this thing 2-1. OG League with my high school friends. And if you haven't noticed a trend yet, I lost in every single league this week. 4 losses this week.
Try!
Not okay. Not okay at all. But let's get into what really hindered me this week. You see a quick breakdown here. I got quarterback did really, really good. RB1 did terrible. My wide receiver 2 did terrible. Those are really the 2 things. I only lost by 7. I lost by 7 this week. And I had 2 standout performances. Tight end did decent. Wide receivers 2. My flex 1 did decent as well. Kicker did great. It was just a running back 1 and my flex 2. Lost by 7. Just two bad performances is what cost me this week. Let's see who it was. If I look into the simple box score right here, Derrick Henry, 2.3 points.
Tomato.
Only 23 yards rushing this week, following up from a week 1 of 170 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. But that's Derrick Henry for you. He's going to give you one fantastic game. He's going to give you a stinker here and there. But man, I really needed just 10. I didn't even need a crazy game from this week. I just needed like 10 points. Alvin Kamara, 16 points. He's always going to give you steady production. Always steady. He's never going to give you those real crazy games. Always steady production. 99 yards rushing, 20 yards receiving, fumble loss, my bad. 16 points, solid game from him. Puka Nacua, fantastic, 40 yards rushing. He's a wide receiver with a touchdown. 90 yards receiving, just fantastic game from him. Back-to-back good games. Egbuka, solid game. I can't say too much about it. He's a rookie. I'm not going to expect him to get 24 points every single week. Finished off with 13 points and a touchdown. Can't be mad at that. But Cortland Sutton, the wide receiver 1 on the Broncos, or so I thought, finished with 6 yards.
Try!
He had 1 catch. I don't understand. Does Bonux hate him? What happened? Did he miss a meeting for practice last week? Like, what's going on? 1 catch on 4 targets. Like, come on, man. Like, I can't be doing like this. I need the dubs. I need the wins. I can't be losing because wide receiver 1s are getting 1 catch for 1.6 points. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? How am I supposed to know that he's only going to get 1 catch? Look on the bench. Keenan Allen. I'm surprised. Keenan Allen, at 32, 33 years old, he's balling so far with the Chargers. It's like they never lost a step. Him and Justin Herbert, they have that connection. 60 yards again for a touchdown, 17 points. Hey, I might start him next week. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if he can keep it up. Aaron Jones got injured. Sorry to hear about that, but he was on the bench, so he didn't hurt me too much this week. But the injury, hopefully, he gets better soon. Kyler Murray didn't do too much. David Montgomery, I could have had him over Derrick Henry, but who would have known that he would have played better. But like I said, a lot of rookie makes me this week. I need to go back, look at matchups. Really, that's really what's been hindering me this week too. I didn't look at matchups to see who was favored against who. I kind of did it based off of just individual talent, and that was my rookie mistake. So week 3, I'm gonna really dive in, look at matchups, understand who's favored against who's likely to get more carries against who's gonna get more passes against who, and really run out my team. These I had a bunch of close losses. Lost by 7 points. All I needed to do was have made one better switch. Keenan Allen over Sutton wins me this week. So little things like that I'm gonna clean up, and I'm expecting a much better performance in week 3. But yeah, I finished week 2 0-4. Not my best performances this week, but that is fancy for you. I'm looking to bounce back week 3. I'm calling it now. I'm going 4-0 next week, and I'll see y'all on the next one.